Hi, thanks for expressing interest in my 2001 Lexus IS300. This video is going to serve as a virtual test drive and a walkthrough of some of the car's features. I'm going to attempt to show you every minor flaw that the car has, as well as some of the car's features. It's a really nice car, and there's a lot of features to show. I may miss a few things. There's a lot to show you when showing a used car. The first thing I want to do is demonstrate the car when it starts. First thing you'll notice is there's a check engine light on. That's due to an O2 sensor. I'm not sure which bank, but it's a very minor thing. It does not affect drivability or even gas mileage. I'll just give you a walk around of the vehicle here. I've replaced the inner and outer tie. Well, I didn't do it, but I had a mechanic replace the inner and outer tie rods on the front end. It has brand new brakes all the way around. After the brakes, I had a tire rotation, a front end alignment, and a wheel balance. I had a minor exhaust repair. I went ahead and started the car so you could get an idea of, I'm not sure if you can hear from the, because of the video, but how quiet the motor is. The front bumper here, as you see, is not factory, it is aftermarket. It is a functional hood scoop, so being that, there's that's open to let air in, fresh air. Acts as a secondary cooling. You'll notice that the front bumper is also not factory. It is an aftermarket front bumper. Some of the flaws about the vehicle is here on the front lower lip. There's a crack. The car sits pretty low, so after about 12 years of driving, going over driveways, the bumper's not 12 years old, but you get the point. Also, there's a little bit of paint chipping here below the fog light and below the headlight here. So from hitting bugs going down the interstate, a little bit of paint chipping. Nothing too drastic. Paint chipping is pretty indicative on used cars. I'll show you the back seats here. The seats are kind of cross suede and leather combination. The car has power everything, including power sunroof. Exhaust is nice and quiet. It's a clean car. The car's been taken care of. It's not something that's been abused or anything. It might be a little bit dusty. It's a daily driver, but for the most part, it's a clean car. Final walk around here. When I take it for a test drive, I'm going to attempt to show you it in as real life as I can through a video how the car drives. Everything lines up good. Windows go up and down good. Here's the sunroof. The sunroof actually has two different buttons. One to tilt, and the other one is automatic. Slides back. All right. Let's see where to start. Okay, first off, I'll show you the dash here. We've got a Pioneer stereo system. The AC blows absolutely ice cold. I mean, you got to turn it down, and it's 90 degrees today. Anyway, it's got a really nice CD player. All the speakers are good. Oh, and it comes with the remote. I just put it right there. Anyway, below the radio it has a button for traction control, so you can turn that on or off. We're coming up on winter time, so, well, I mean, it's the end of summer, so here in the next few months we'll be coming up on winter, and traction control is really good, especially since this vehicle is a rear-wheel drive. It has heated seats here, okay, and they do work. I don't smoke, so I don't have a cigarette lighter. Let's see. Oh yeah, this button here is activates some sort of power feature on the dash. So I'm not sure exactly what it does. I never really mess with it. I guess it modifies the power output of the engine or transmission. I'm not sure, but I don't really mess with it. Snow feature. I'm sure that's another power limiting feature that limits power, and probably is a feature that if the computer sense loss of traction due to snow or ice or even wet weather, then it'll automatically adjust the power output of the wheels to prevent them from spinning. On down here, we have space for 2 cups, so 2 cup holders, and a little compartment there. Sun visors are lit. I just like to make sure everything works. There are no mechanical problems with this car. If there were any mechanical issues, rest assured I would have already had them fixed, as I already did. There was a little bit of shake in the steering wheel at around 65 miles an hour. I had the wheels balanced. It pulled a little bit to the left, so I had a front end alignment. It needed brakes, so I had those fixed. So there's nothing that you need to worry about. This car is truly ready to drive. It's nice. It drives great. It drives straight. It's a 3.0 liter V6, and hey, it's a Lexus IS300, so it's kind of a fun car to drive. Speaking of fun, it has a automatic Tiptronic transmission, which means that we can leave it in drive and do nothing, and it will function as a regular automatic, or we can move the shifter to the left and it goes into manual mode. Okay, up on the dash, below the gas gauge here, which I need to get gas, you'll notice there's a number in there, and that is the gear indicator. So when in manual mode, you will need to shift the transmission, and the way you shift it is to downshift. You have 2 down buttons on the front of the steering wheel, and this will move it down. The lowest gear that you can go into is the 2nd gear, and behind the steering wheel, not sure if you'll be able to see it, but there is an up button that shifts it up. So to go from 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's see what it's like starting in 3rd. The car downshifts into 2nd. And I'm going to put my seatbelt on here. Put the wheel hard over the left. And hard over to the right. It's a good way to test axles. So yeah, this shift selection is ambidextrous, so if you're like me and I'm right-handed, holding my phone with my right hand, I can still shift with my left hand, or vice versa. I go slow down over bumps to prevent cracking bumpers. The purpose of this test drive is going to kind of show you how well the car drives, also to demonstrate my confidence in its mechanical condition. I'm going to give you a good demonstration of the vehicle hard braking. Also, I will demonstrate heavy acceleration of the vehicle. I don't drive this car hard, but it is a Toyota. And shift up. And we're in 5th. Oh yeah, the car has 122,000 original miles. If you're not familiar with Lexus, Lexus is made by Toyota, and these are Toyota vehicles, so they're notorious for 300,000 to 400,000 miles if you take care of them. Change the oil, change the fluids, all normal routine maintenance. All the fluids and everything are up to date in this car, so you don't have to worry about anything for at least 3,000 to 4,000 miles. The car uses premium unleaded gasoline, so that's what is that, 93 octane? So you need to be sure that you use premium only in this car. And that's me downshifting. I'm going to go ahead and put the car into automatic mode, and I'm going to make a U-turn here and demonstrate heavy acceleration of the vehicle. It's got kind of a throaty sound to it. So yeah, that's kind of its power capabilities. Just normal driving down the road. This is 45 miles an hour. Doesn't shake at any kind of speeds. I'm going to demonstrate hard braking now for you as I turn right here. At 50, car has anti-lock brakes, and they work very well. The car's transmission shifts very nicely, nice and smooth. You know, there's really nothing to speak about this car. There's really no other issues other than what I have mentioned already. So, you know, it's not like there's a whole laundry list of things that the car is going to need, because it doesn't really need anything. It's nice and clean. The car is well kept and cared for, cosmetically and mechanically. So I guess I want to go ahead and wrap up the test drive here, and I wanted to give you a little indication of how the car drove, and I appreciate you tuning in.